Alright folks, we are back once again, grinding some more M19, climbing up that ladder. Alright, so we have this pack. I think the pretty clear pick here is Leonin War Leader. This card is quite a bomb. If he goes unchecked, you're basically just going to win the game. 4/4 is big enough that he might actually survive combat when he attacks. So if you get multiple attacks out of this guy, how are you losing? Gives you a little bit of life. If you have, you're going to want with this guy things like Inspired Charge, maybe Trumpet Blast if you're red-white. Red-white's obviously a good combination for him. But he's going to be good in any white deck pretty much. So we're definitely going to take him. There are some other good cards. Militia Bugler, or Bugler as some say, is not that bad. Psychic Symbiont's a pretty good kind of top end for a control deck. Not a card I'm too interested in first picking, but it's possible. But yeah, I'll definitely take Leonin War Leader here and see what we can follow it up with. Ooh, I kind of like taking a Johnny's Pride Mate. It's a solid 2-drop. I mean, obviously, worst it's going to be a bear. And then it can get quite a bit better than that. Like, if you get a single counter on him without too much work, then it's going to be quite solid. This is a good way to go black-white. He's one of the good payoff cards. Maybe we can get a Diamond Mare back or Inspired Charge. Probably both cards we'd be interested in. Diamond Mare, we're more interested in if we're actually going heavy on the life gain theme. Otherwise, he's a little bit mediocre. But yeah, I think we'll definitely take the Johnny's Pride Mate here and see what we can do. It was a rare taken out of this pack, so can't tell too much about what's going on. Ooh, okay. So we have two excellent white commons here in the form of Angel of the Dawn and Starcrown Stag. I think I like Starcrown Stag better. He just leads to kind of the more busted draws. So Angel of the Dawn is quite good. You definitely want to pick some up for a deck like this. So I think it's a relatively easy Starcrown Stag here. Alright, I'm happy to keep picking white cards. Cavalry Drill Master is a nice one. Out of this pack, we're missing 2 commons and an uncommon. So it's possible, someone in the 3 seats next to us could have taken a Luminous Bonds, which would mean we're competing a little bit for white, but obviously going to have to put up with some amount of that. But yeah, I'm going to take Cavalry Drill Master and be pretty happy about it. We're still not locked into another color. Wow, okay. So there is a Vampire Sovereign goes well with the life gain theme, but I think there's absolutely no reason to take that over a Luminous Bonds, which is keeping us on color, is a premium common for this deck. And yeah, not much else to say. It is a bit of a sign that black's open, so we might have to keep that in mind. Like, this guy, 5th pick is pretty solid, but it's also solid to get a Luminous Bonds 5th pick, so I'll definitely be taking that. Okay, now this pack pretty much blows. There's really not that much that's even interesting in this pack. This card's unplayable, this card's unplayable. Omen Speaker's medium. This card's unplayable, this card's unplayable, this card's unplayable. Sure Strike's fine. Greenwood Sentinel is kind of just C- D level filler, probably like D level filler. And Marauder's Axe, in theory, can be decent, but not a card I'm too interested in taking early. I think I'm just going to take Sure Strike here, but this is very barely committing me to red. Okay, so 2 cards kind of stand out to me here. I think red-white is kind of looking the best for what we've got going on here. So I'm kind of tempted to take Viashino Pyromancer. The only other real option is if we wanted to go blue-white with Snapping Drake. But, like I said, I think red-white probably pairs with these a little bit better. And we do have the Sure Strike, which is barely an incentive to take this. So I think we'll go with that. Alright, and here, I think we'll take Trumpet Blast. It's not a card I'm a huge fan of playing. It definitely can be good in some of these red-white decks, so I'll take it. We're still not super committed to red, even though we have 3 cards. They were kind of late picks over nothing, so not that big a deal. Alright, well, I'll take the 3-1 here. Okay, cool. So we got back Inspire Charge. I like Inspire Charge quite a bit better than Trumpet Blast because you can actually wind up winning combats instead of just getting in more damage or trading. Also, it's white, meaning we'll for sure play it. Alright, nothing really here. So it doesn't matter what we pick. I guess I'll take this 2-drop in case we wind up black-white, but we already have 3 white. 2-drops. I think here you're probably supposed to take the land. It's possible we'd want the totally lost. Yeah, I don't know. The more that I think about it, like, we're not going to splash green, and if we're green-white, then I don't think we care about having the land. So in case we're blue-white, I'll take totally lost. It can be decent in these decks. Alright, these picks don't matter. Okay. Alright, so this is an interesting pick. So Murder is definitely the best card in the pack. However, Herald of Faith is quite good as well. This card, not really... If it's a thing for anybody, it's not a thing for us. And it's only kind of a thing for anybody. But there's also some other decent cards. I mean, Shock's always nice to have access to. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't think we'd ever take Shock over the Angel of Faith, just given our color distribution. So really the only question is, do we want to branch out into to get the Murder? I think the answer is no. It pains me to pass a Murder. Like, this card is, I think, substantially worse than a Murder. But I just don't think I want to try to branch out into black that badly. So, definitely a bit of a judgment call there. Alright, there's a Chromium, but that's not a card we're going to play. I think I will play a Gallant Cavalry, though. Cavalry is just good with the go wide strategy. We got to watch out to make sure we don't get too many 4s, though. Keep in mind, Inspire Charge, you're not really playing on curve. But even that being said, like, 3 4-drop creatures is towards the top of where we want to be. But yeah, happy to just keep taking white cards. Ooh, okay. So here I think we just take another Luminous Bonds. Johnny's Pridemate is fine in our deck. We've got a couple life gain things for him. But both of them do require attacking, so it's not that easy to trigger them. This guy's not triggering it till turn 5 after combat. This guy's not triggering him till turn 6. And I think Luminous Bonds is probably just a generally better card. So I think we'll take that. We're very close to just like mono white here, but there's not a big incentive to be monocolor, so I'm going to be happy to take cards of other colors if they're good. Okay. Not a lot standing out to me here. The Linebreaker honestly kind of fits the curve okay. He's just such a mediocre card that I'm not sure I want to take him. This guy's obviously better. He's got just an extra power of... Or an extra power. I could take a Viashino Pyromancer. It's going to give me 5 2-drops. Which is probably okay. And, you know, it's possible we could replace some of these 2-drops. I don't think I want to take the Leonin Linebreaker this high. It's possible I'd rather have the 4-2. Maybe I'd rather just have the 4-2, given that I've already got 4 2-drops. I think I'll just take the 4-2 here. We do have a few ways to punch through with, like, Starcrown Stag, a couple Luminous Bonds. Drill Mastery is pretty good with. We've got the Sure Strike as well, which it's not bad with. So I think I'm going to take the 4-2 here, just mainly for curve purposes. Okay, not a lot that's too interesting here. Smelt's not a card. Invoke the Divine, not really a card I want in main deck. We could just take Leonin Linebreaker and hope we don't play it. I think that's going to be the choice here. These blue cards not really interesting me. I don't think we're going to play blue. We're not 100% Boros, but it would kind of take a lot to get me out of Boros. And yeah, but hopefully we don't play this Linebreaker, but we'll see what happens. Okay, not too interested in playing a Pack Beast. Not too interested in this 4-drop 3/3 haste. So I think another Pyromancer is okay. I think 5 2-drops is a reasonable amount for this sort of deck. Probably on the high end of what I want to play, but Yeah, not much here that's interesting. I don't think I'm going to play any of these cards, so it doesn't really matter what I take. I think I'm more likely to play a second Sure Strike than I am to play 2 Loxodon Line Breakers, which I hope I play 0 of, but I don't really want to play even a second Sure Strike, to be honest. Okay, I don't mind an Active Treason in these sort of decks. You know, it's all about just getting guys through, setting up a big turn where you kill them relatively early, getting a blocker out of the way. So I think I like picking up Active Treason here. Not too interested in Revitalize. All we've got is the Ajani's Pride bait, and it's just kind of a big tempo loss. Like, you're trying to kill them in the first, 5-6 turns, something like that, ideally, and that means you've got access to, not a lot of mana. I don't want to count it. 15, 18, 20, 21 mana. So spending 2 of it on just drawing a card and gaining some life, not really what you want to do. Alright, I really doubt we're going to play a Fire Elemental, but it's not totally impossible. Yeah, we don't really want to play a Knight's Pledge either. Alright. It's kind of annoying you can't split up multiples of cards, unless there's a way to do it that I'm not familiar with. Alright, we did open a Planeswalker, but he's not really that good. So I think I'm just going to take Electrify here. It's a pretty good pack, though. At least there's a couple good cards. Like, there's Electrify, and then there's Pegasus Courser. Pegasus Courser's quite good. I don't think you're supposed to take it over Electrify. Electrify is just going to clear the way for guys and kill them. So, yeah, I think I'm interested in the Electrify here. But we would definitely be very happy to pick up a Pegasus Courser. And, yeah, this guy, I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything. Like, 3 mana to be rummaging every turn, nah. A second Inspire Charge. Whoa, I don't want to pick the... I want to pick the Electrify. Okay. It's not crazy to play the Goblin Motivator here. It gives you something to do on turn 1. So I think I'm going to pick him up. There's mainly because there's nothing else that's interesting in this pack. This is quite a good card, but we're not that color. This is quite a good card, but we're not that color. This is quite a good card, but we're not that color. So I think having a 1-drop in this deck is totally fine, and he's going to get you some extra damage, just hasten out your dudes. Ooh, okay. So an interesting choice here. So we definitely want... I think we want the Stag. But Instigator would be a nice pickup for this deck, because we do have a couple Mass Pump spells. But we already have 5 2-drops, and we're already kind of heavy on the 4-drops as well, is the only problem. But it's our 4th 4-drop creature, which I think's pretty much all we want. But yeah, I think we do want this over the Goblin. This guy's just really good. It gets a lot better with our Motivator, too. So that is nice. Okay. A little bit less excited by what's in here. Do we play a second Inspired Charge? If we do, we're definitely cutting the Trumpet Blast. Killing a tap creature is not too interesting in a pretty aggro deck. We're going to be more aggro than most decks we should expect to face. So I think I want to take Inspired Charge. Number 2. And we'll move Trumpet Blast over to our Probably Not section. Speaking of probably not going to be playing any of these cards. You can play Crash Through if you just don't have enough cards, but I'm not planning on it. We could definitely play another 4-2. At the very least, it's going to be better than our Loxodon Line Breaker. So I think we're interested in a second Motivator. We're aggro enough. We've got the Mass Pump spells, so just the body's good. And we got 2 Stags. He's excellent with the Stags, also excellent with the Leonin War Leader. So I think I'm pretty interested in that. Okay, probably Viashino Pyromancer is going to be better in our deck than an Ajani's Pridemate at this point, just because we have so few ways to gain life. Invoke the Divine, certainly not making the cut. Trumpet Blast, certainly not making the cut. Crash Through's not making the cut. I don't think Fire Elemental's making the cut. We don't really want to play 2 Active Treasons. So yeah, I think I'll take this, and then we'll have to figure out exactly what our 2-drops look like. All right, well, we got another chance. We got another Inspired Chart, but we're not going to play it, so I don't think that pick matters. Likewise, I don't think this pick matters. Not even any sideboarding considerations. There's no real reason to hate draft. You're drafting against AIs. But I hate drafting anyway. Fuck those AIs. Okay, I think we wound up with a pretty good red-white deck. We don't really need to make any cuts, because I think this deck can definitely function on 16 lands. We really cap out at 4 with 1 5-drop. So we don't want to get flooded, but let's just look things over and see how we feel about it. So sitting on 16 creatures, that's pretty good. Our non-creatures are some removal spells, some pump spells. How many non-creatures does it say we have? 8 non-creatures. So yeah, these are our 8 non-creature spells. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty coherent plan, I think, that we've got here. There's some medium cards, but I don't think we've really got any other choices. Like Leonin Linebreaker, or Loxodon Linebreaker, not a big fan of, but I think he'll do the trick. So I think I'm going to run this, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a good deck. So let's see how it goes. Did I just submit with 41 cards? I hope not. Can I change that? I think I submitted with 41 cards. Yeah. So I need to cut a land. I hope I can still cut a land. Okay, yeah, I can. I think 8/8 split's good. I do have more white than red. Maybe I want a 9/7 split. I do want to play this guy turn 1. But I think that's going to be less hard than just getting my double white. But granted, Inspired Charge is going to come a bit later. I guess 8/8 split's okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and run this. See how we do. Gonna be looking to be on the play, that's for sure. Alright, we got our opponent. It is Don't Tase Me Bro 19. Alright. I will try not to tase you, but I can't really promise that. So these are the kind of hands that are a bit tricky with these decks, because it's so slow, and like we're just not good at playing from behind, because later turns we're just going to be drawing 2-drops and stuff. We do have 2 powerful cards, but if he kind of just plays some creatures and has a removal spell, we're really going to have the wind taken out of our sails. So really what we're looking at is, are we just going to hope that we draw like a 2-drop basically the first turn? It's pretty tough. I think I want to mulligan and just try to get a little bit faster start. And hope for the best. Okay, yeah, I can buy this. I think we want the land. So we get a smash him for 2 on turn 2. We got Luminous Bonds if he's got any kind of blocking going on. Well, that does kind of shut us down, unfortunately. And I think totally gives away that we don't have anything. Oh, he's just not blocking. Okay. Well, I'll take my free 2 damage. Doesn't shut off activated abilities, unfortunately. Wouldn't be bad for us if he just drops like a 4-drop here. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to draw planes, you know, relatively quickly. Alright, there's a plane, so we sort of have a plan now. Let's hope for the best. So this guy will be a 3/3 when we attack next turn. There's nothing to Luminous Bonds right now. I think it's too bad if he blocks now, so I'm not going to go for it. That being said, he's got access to 6 mana, so okay. Still gearing up, it looks like. He's only going to have access to green. Alright, so we've already drawn too many lands now. So obviously we're going to play Herald of Faith. And we're going to haste it. And that's pretty good. I don't think we need to attack with the Johnny's Pridemate here. Even though he's going to be a 3-3. Because he can just trade like his Sentinel plus block with a Rejuvenator. Whereas he's going to be a 4-4 next turn. So I guess we just have to really hope he doesn't have like a bunch of removal. Or really one removal spell is going to be pretty bad because this is our big threat. Alright. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Alright, so what does this do? So it's going to give him 5 power. I mean, I kind of feel like we got to do it. So what's his blocks going to be if we attack with both these guys? If he's not that smart, then he'll block just like one of these guys on the Motivator, or maybe the Druid of the Cowl on the Motivator. Yeah, I think I'm willing to go for it. He can make some, I think, decent blocks. So we'll see how he wants to block. Okay, he's just going to block like that. I think it's worth keeping our Motivator around, just in case we draw anything decent. And this hits him for another 2, so he's going to go down to 7. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Doesn't seem like it's getting a ton better, to be honest. I guess I'll play my land. I don't know why it would matter. Maybe I'll hold on to it. Okay, so we have a Luminous Bonds for whatever this is. I'm going to take 5. I'll decline. Wait, that gets any target? Wait, I'm so confused. What just happened? Does this... Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't realize that. That sucks. I didn't realize this also deals damage. That's unfortunate. So, well, we're Luminous Bondsing that, and don't really have a lot going on now, though. Yeah, it's going to be fairly hard to get back into this. A Stag would be a good draw. There we go. Because then we can at least get in for some damage here. Because we can tap down the Basilisk. He is hitting us back for 6 down to 4. But I think it's what we're going for. Alright, he gets to electrify it. So we're pretty dead here. Oh, and he even gets to kick it. So he just shoots us, and then gets to hit us for 2, 4, 5, down to 2. Yeah, I really doubt we've got any kind of out here. Yeah, we're dead. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, he was able to ramp into big, giant things pretty quickly. That's how it goes. So, we'll keep on going. One thing this deck's sorely lacking is Heroic Reinforcements. Just definitely the most powerful card for the red-white strategy. Alright, I think I'm in for this hand. Don't like going second, but at least the opponent mulliganed. Put it on top. Be nice to draw a 2-drop. We have 5 2-drops I think we can pick up. So that would be cool. Didn't do it. He's got some kind of instant in hand, I guess. Let's pass. There it is. The anticipate. Let's see if... Okay, well, could be worse. Kind of flooding again a little bit. So definitely going to play that. Now we got to figure out exactly what we're doing. Obviously, we're going to play Goblin Motivator. Like, are we just trading? I guess we're just trading. I don't really want to Luminous Bonds this guy. He's a blue deck, so he could easily have a flyer. Let's just play the Motivator. Looks like he's got instants. So we'll have to keep that in mind as far as, you know, playing our Herald of Faith next turn. Maybe we can pick up a better thing to do. Alright, he's playing the Archer. So I guess to kill our guy, but at least, I guess that means we get to... Oh, I know it means we resolve our Herald of Faith. Whether it's going to be good enough or not, yet to be seen. Against some kind of 4-color deck, it looks like. He's got all his basics. Alright, so just a 3-2. I think we're not supposed to play anything. I mean, we're supposed to play the Ogre, obviously, but I don't think we want to cast any of our other spells. So it's going to put him to 15, and then we can hit him for potentially like 11 next turn. If he doesn't have too much else going on. Looks like he's got an instant. He must have a shock. Yeah, that sucks. Alright. Well, we're getting kind of flooding out. Not a thing this deck can stand too much. And I don't think we're supposed to Luminous Bond something here. Maybe we are. Since we have the Active Treason, maybe we just take out this Skeleton Archer. Because he'll hit us down to 9, then we'll go back up to 11. And if you play something big, we kind of want to Active Treason it. Yeah, I guess I'll play Luminous Bonds here. Alright, that's something big. So we're not threatening to die next turn. So I think I'm just going to attack and play the Cavalry and then try to win the next turn. I'm going to keep this Mountain in hand in case he plays Fel Spectre. Okay. Yeah, we win now. Alright, so we got there. Bit of a rough draw, but able to leverage the things that we needed to get there. It's why I like Active Treason. It can kind of... It's hard to play against because, you know, if they don't do it right, it can kind of win games out of nowhere. And, you know, they don't know your hand, so they don't know that card's waiting in the wings for them. Opponent may have been a little bit too aggressive with kind of how he was playing, but like I said, hard to know what you're up against. I think this hand's a clear mulligan. We can't wait till, we're basically just hoping to draw cheap stuff, and then these sure strikes I don't even like that much, especially early when they're likely to have removal, or it's just going to be using to kill some crappy creature if you draw a 2-drop, and if you don't, it's just kind of miserable. All right, got to keep this one, and we'll definitely keep that guy on top. Gives us a turn 2 play. So this hand's somewhat reasonable. It's somewhat reasonable. It's got cards that can do things. All right, he's got his own Cat Warrior. All right, that's not a bad draw. I don't think I'm too interested in trading here. He's apparently like 3 colors, so I assume I'm more aggressive than he is. Only thing is, if he's attacking, that means he's probably got something that can profitably block this, so that leans you towards attacking, but that's evidently not the case. We will need another white at some point, so let's just go ahead and attack. And then we'll get our 4-2 down. We'll see how aggressive he wants to be. I assume he's not going to be like equipping plus attacking or something. That seems pretty crazy. Oh, okay. What do I know? Alright, he's got that guy. Alright, not a terrible draw. So what do we want to do here? I mean, the main goal is to not die. If we just attack, he'll trade 4-2 for 2-2, go to 14, and then we can Luminous Bonds his Swift Claw and play Motivator. And then he'll have no board presence, and then we're really good if we draw a... Yeah, okay, I think I like that line. I don't love trading my 4-2 for his 2-2, but this does put us in good shape if... I mean, I guess I could also just not play this Luminous Bonds. This will trade with his guy. So it's actually kind of tough here. I kind of don't want to do that in case I draw the white source. Then I really want to be able to haste out my Leonin War Leader. But, I mean, there's a good chance he's going to play something big next turn. And what are the odds he's going to want to attack into my 1-1 anyway? Alright, I think I'm going to pass. That's a tricky turn there. He could, of course, kill. Okay, that's also pretty good. So now he's going to get us for 6. And it gave it Vigilance, unfortunately. So I guess we're just going to Luminous Bonds the Angel. And then... Are we getting in with our 3-1? Or do we want to... Yeah, I guess we get in with our 3-1 here. So every point of damage counts. Just hope he doesn't have a way to... Alright, he's just going to block. I think that's okay. Alright, so he's going to draw a card off that. If he's got a land, he gets to equip it right away. Doesn't look like he does. Okay. Well, I don't think we can afford to take 5 here, so I'm not going to haste. I'm just going to pass the turn. And we pretty much have to block. So those guys are going to trade. Let's see what he's got. Okay. And he gets to play that guy plus equip. Or play that, I guess. White would be good. No. So I didn't really have to play that, but... yeah, I would probably need to draw white at least that turn to have a chance. Be in okay shape if we drew a white then. Could be just be dead this turn. If he's got any kind of pump spell. But not looking good, even if he doesn't. Yeah, that's going to do it. Alright, so... 2 and 1, or 1 and 2, I should say. 2 and 1 for our opponents. But we'll keep trying. I do think this deck's decent, but, you know, we're running into some of the weaknesses of aggro decks. Like, you don't have a lot of leeway with your draws, just because you get overpowered quickly, so... you do need to start out strong. Man, we keep getting hands like this. I think it's the second time we've gotten a hand with double Sure Strike and Herald of Faith. I think I'm gonna mulligan again. These Sure Strikes are just so bad in the hand. Wow, we just got the double Sure Strike again. So, obviously gonna keep this one. Scrying a mountain to the bottom and the plains to the top. If we hit something like a 2-drop creature, I think we probably take it. Like, I mean, if it's a red 2-drop creature, white 2-drop creature is obviously going right to the bottom. I don't know why it rearranged those Sure Strikes, but... alright, unfortunately, that guy's good, but you gotta go to the bottom because you cost double white. Alright, white is a welcome sight. So let's go ahead and attack. And we'll play our plains and pass. So hopefully draw a playable creature next turn, and then a land, I guess. That's the ideal sequence. A little bit more awkward if it's the other way. If he just plays a dude, we'll definitely attack in it to try to use one of these Sure Strikes. Alright, he's just doing that. But yeah, so hopefully we draw like a Viashino Pyromancer, or ideally like the 4-2 would be the best. Not so much that guy. But if we draw land, then we're still kind of doing something with Stag. But again, these decks just don't do that well if you stumble, so... that's how it goes. Like, you don't want to be missing second and third turn plays, but we didn't have a choice. Alright, well, we drew the Stag, so we at least have something going. Unfortunately, we still need to draw white. Like, we're not in a position where we really want to... be drawing more lands, but at the same time we have to. Something like a Luminous Bonds or something is really going to make our life difficult. Or that. Similar idea. Transmogrifying Wand, sure. Alright, he's just gonna get in. Or is he? He's not. Alright, well, not really anything to do here. Not worth trading our guy. And we got Electrify, so maybe we can use that. This does kind of nerf our dude because he can just, whatever we play, he can just turn it into a 2/4, but does have to keep mana up for that, I guess. Yeah, that's not good. Not really sure what we're supposed to do here. God, these sure strikes have just been absolute cancer. I don't think we're supposed to electrify something here. I just don't really see the point. He's just gonna transmogrify his own dude. Alright, well I'll electrify the 2/4, I guess. Just why not? Alright, I'm just gonna play this guy and pass. Don't really want to trade him for one of the tokens. Johnny, not bad. So he's gonna have 2 3/3s. Yeah, pretty much nothing we can do now. Like, we can't really draw a creature that's gonna pressure Johnny because he can just transmogrify it. And he's gonna really have a decent clock going. I'm surprised he's not attacking. Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty much over. It's just been too awkward. I think I'm ready to call this one. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you next time.